In the Kingdom of Ile-Aso, the land where threads speak a language louder than words, there lived two maidens. They were branches of the same tree, sisters in spirit if not blood. There was Adanna, gentle as the morning dew. Her soul was patient. When she sat at the loom, she did not just weave thread. She wove the songs of the birds and the whisper of the river into her cloth. And there was Bisi, fiery, ambitious, and undeniably talented. Yet, Bisi's loom was a battlefield. She wove with haste, her eyes always darting toward the palace on the hill, hungry for a life greater than the village could offer. Though they laughed together, a small, dark seed grew in Bisi's heart. Every time the villagers praised Adanna's unique patterns, that seed sprouted a thorny vine of jealousy. Then came the decree that shook Ile-Aso. The brave Prince Orba was seeking a bride, but a prince of the Loom Kingdom could not marry just anyone. He declared, "I will marry the maiden who can weave a cloth that tells the truest story of our kingdom, a contest. The winner would become the future queen." The two friends set to work. Adanna went into the forest. She spoke to the ancient spiders and watched how the moonlight hit the dew. She gathered rare silks and dyed her threads with secret roots. Bisi, however, stayed in the market. She bought the most expensive, flashy gold threads. She worked furiously, her shuttle flying like an angry bird. But her cloth, though shiny, felt empty. As the day of judgment neared, Bisi saw Adanna's work. It was transcendent. It shimmered with a life of its own. The green monster of jealousy finally swallowed Bisi whole. If she could not win, Adanna must not. The night before the contest, a storm raged without, mirroring the storm inside Bisi. While Adanna slept, exhausted from her labor, a shadow crept into her hut. Morning broke with the sound of a heart breaking. Adanna awoke to ruin, her masterpiece destroyed. She wept until her tears ran dry. But Adanna was a daughter of the soil, and the soil does not give up. As she held the tattered threads, she prayed to the spirit of the great weaver, Anansi, and the spirits heard her. They did not give her a new cloth. They gave her the strength to weave a miracle from the wreckage. The palace courtyard hummed with anticipation. Maiden after maiden presented their work. Finally, it was Bisi's turn. Bisi stepped forward, head held high. Her cloth was heavy with gold, blinding in the sun. The crowd murmured. It was expensive, yes, but the prince just nodded politely. It had no soul. Then, the herald called Adanna. A hush fell over the crowd. She stepped forward, humble, carrying a bundled cloth. Bisi smirked, expecting to see rags. But as Adanna unfurled her work, the sun itself seemed to pause. It was not just cloth. It was a story of brokenness made beautiful. The prince stepped down from his throne. He touched the golden scars where the fabric had been mended. "This cloth tells the truth," the prince declared. "It shows that true beauty is not just in perfection, but in resilience." He looked at Bisi, whose guilt was written plainly on her face. The truth needed no weaver to be seen. The wedding of Prince Orba and Adanna was a feast that lasted 7 days. The kingdom rejoiced. Yet, amidst the celebration, Queen Adanna's eyes would often drift to the empty space beside her, where her sister in spirit should have stood. Bisi was banished to the dustlands, the arid outskirts of the kingdom, where the soil was too poor for cotton to grow. Stripped of her fine silks, she wore rough hessian. Her hands, once swift and proud, became cracked and calloused from hard labor in the unforgiving sun. Seasons bled into years. Adanna ruled with the same patience she once used to weave. The kingdom flourished, but the great spirit Anansi, the trickster spider who watches over all weavers, knew that a tapestry with a missing thread is destined to unravel eventually. It began subtly. A grey blight crept into the fertile cotton fields of Ile-Aso. The grey rot, it withered the plants, turning the vibrant white bolls into dust. The looms of the kingdom fell silent. Without cotton, there was no cloth. Without cloth, the kingdom lost its soul. The people grew fearful. King Orba and Queen Adanna consulted the eldest seers. The seers spoke with one voice. The balance of Ile-Aso was broken on the night of the betrayal. The grey rot is a manifestation of unresolved envy. To heal the land, a unity cloth of immense power must be woven before the next full moon. But there was a catch. The cloth required a speed that no single weaver possessed, and a heart magic that no ordinary craftsman could summon. It required to master weavers, working in perfect, egoless harmony on the great royal loom. Adanna knew what she had to do. She left the comfort of the palace and journeyed alone into the dustlands. She found Bisi in a hovel made of baked mud. When Bisi saw the queen, she fell to her knees, unable to meet her gaze. The years of hardship had scrubbed the arrogance from her soul, leaving only raw shame. "I am broken thread, my queen," Bisi whispered, her voice rough as sand. "I am fit only for the fire." Adanna knelt in the dust beside her former friend. She took Bisi's calloused hands in her own soft ones. "Bisi," Adanna said gently, "do you not remember what my tapestry taught us? It is the broken threads, when mended with love, that make the strongest cloth. The kingdom needs you. I need you." They returned to the palace as the full moon began to rise. The great royal loom waited. They sat side by side. The tension in the room was thicker than wool. They began. At first, their rhythm was stilted. The ghosts of the past hovered between them. Bisi hesitated, afraid to make a mistake. Adanna was too careful, trying not to outshine Bisi. The thread snarled. Adanna stopped. She looked deep into Bisi's eyes and smiled the same smile they shared as children under the baobab tree. "Just weave, sister," she whispered. "Weave like the wind." Bisi nodded. A spark ignited in her eyes, not the old fire of envy, but the pure fire of creation. What happened next became legend in Ile-Aso. Bisi's hands became a blur, her shuttle flying faster than any eye could track. She provided the speed, the structure, the relentless drive. And into that lightning-fast structure, Adanna poured her magic. Where Bisi's thread was too tight, Adanna softened it. Where it was too loose, Adanna gave it strength. They did not speak. Their shuttle sang the conversation they had needed to have for years. All night they wove, sweat dripping onto the sacred threads. As the dawn approached, the magnificent unity cloth was finished. It was not gold, nor was it full of pictures. It was a simple, radiant white cloth that shimmered with an inner light, softer than a cloud yet stronger than steel. They carried the heavy cloth to the highest balcony of the palace. As the first rays of the sun hit the unity cloth, a wave of pure energy pulsed across the land. Below, the grey rot turned to ash and blew away in the wind. The cotton fields burst back into bloom, greener and whiter than ever before. The silence of the kingdom was broken by cheers. Bisi did not become queen. That was never her destiny. But the king appointed her the royal master weaver, the highest honor for a craftsman. She ran the royal looms with strict discipline but fair hands, teaching the young ones that skill without heart is merely labor. And every evening, after the day's work was done, the queen and the master weaver would sit together under the palace baobab tree, just to friends, watching the sun set over a kingdom mended by grace. And so the tapestry of Ile-Aso was complete, woven strong with the warp of ambition and the weft of forgiveness.